All right. Now, I want to ask you, Dr. Mina, you'll be doing this project now for a long time, and you'll be pouring your heart on it. In fact, this is evident also with the passion with which you speak. Now, tell me, what have you learned in this project that you've been managing it for a long time? What have you learned? What is your lesson so far?
Start earlier. I'm in my 50s now, so I wish I had, and I got energy now. But can you imagine when I was 20 years old? We would be saying, UN who? We would have been like, FIGHR would have been so huge and it would have been so worldwide that the UN and FIGHR would have probably been competing about this time. We would have been knocking heads and trying to get UN is one-upping FIGHR and FIGHR is one-upping UN because we would have been so strong and so powerful. I started this later than I should have. Well, I guess I started when I was supposed to, but I wish I would have started it earlier in life. I wish this seed was planted earlier in life, because now we would have been a multi-billion trillion dollar conglomerate and we would have been all over Africa by now. I would have been saying things like we would have had a healthcare center we would have had 2 in every country in Africa by 2020. Like that would have been my goal. Had I done this earlier, by 2020, we would have had 2 centers, FIGHR centers in every country in Africa. Every country in Africa, and maybe a flagship in, I don't know, in DRC, because that's how powerful. We would have had a flagship in DRC, and DRC is still under war, but we would have been so powerful that we would have got a flagship in DRC, which means we would have been doing this full time in the DRC, because the DRC is smack in the middle of Africa and it would have been more accessible. But that's what we would have done. I know in my heart we would have been bigger than where we are right now. And we're pretty big right now. We're in quite a few countries, but I know we would have been in every country in Africa by now. So I guess the biggest lesson was to start early and to be passionate from day one. I know as I get older, my passions are still there, but the body is not really there. All this traveling back and forth, and now with the pandemic and me having health challenges, it's like telling me, okay, Ameena, you may need to start doing a lot of stuff in the back end of it, and that's not really what I got into this for, to be in the background, but maybe that's where my place is going. And that's okay, as long as the people up front has this much fire. As long as the people that are doing the work and in that, they get up in the morning and they're just drinking their morning cup and eating their food quick so that they can get to work. Like, I need that type of passion and fire, because that's what I do. I get up in the morning and I'm inhaling my breakfast just so I can get to this computer and start something else and do something else and help somebody else, because that's what we're doing in FIGHR. So I guess the biggest thing I learned was start early. Don't wait for something to happen. Create it where you are.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. All right. This last one is not going to be the question. It's just going to be a kind of a reflection, final reflection to conclude the podcast. Because, we really have touched different part of it. We have talked about PAD. We have talked about also a bit of the African connection, the diaspora particularly. And now we talked a lot, because I told you I was going to ask you a lot of questions about FIGHR, and I think I did. And so, because people need to know what you are doing, and this is really very important. Now, to conclude it, I don't know, maybe it might be a message of yours, something you want to leave the people with, or maybe something you wanted to say that I didn't ask you, because I cannot know everything you want to say. So I want you to go straight and leave out the message. Please go ahead.
Sure. First of all, FIGHR needs you. We are not an island. We need you. We need your help. We need your sustainability, and we need your support. And how you do that is to go to www.fighr.org, go through one of the tabs, find out, situate yourself in what you want to do, and then go into your community and pull 5 people. And I use this as an analogy because I want you to bring people along, because you're going to be an instant leader. And those of us that like that term leader, we're going to be able to create this ongoing energy of creating leaders. So you go to the website. The person I'm talking to right now, go to the website. And I need you to figure out what you want to do based on the website. Then bring 5 people along. I will train you for free. And I'm saying that publicly. I will train you for free as that leader, so that you can be the lead in that momentum moving forward and bringing those 5 people. So it will be you and 5 other people in a class being trained for free. And what that will do is that will bring 6 people in your area or automatically. Those 6 people will start talking and making the discussion heard. They will start being the voice. They will start using their voice to be a bigger movement for what it is that we are doing at FIGHR. And then we will bring the programs there. Then we will start talking about bringing buildings and policy there, working with the government. But we need you. We need you in the beginning. We need you to support, and we need you to be that voice. So we want you to be a leader. And we want you to get on here, and we want you to register for one of the courses, sign in. You know, you're going to go to whatever tab it is, and then you register and you get your voice heard. And once you do that, you get trained, you go back to your country, and I want you to go crazy doing it, because this is how we're going to get the voice out. This is how we're going to be the solution for gender and human rights and allow the whole mass of people to be heard and to hear your voice as well as hear the mission of FIGHR. So that's what I want to give you as the nugget of help. Now, the nugget of wisdom is do it now. Don't wait till you graduate college. Don't wait till you become a doctor. Don't wait till you get that engineering degree. And don't wait until you get that office with your name on the door. Do it now. Go to your house of worship and talk to your pastor and tell him, look, I'd like to have an organization to speak to Dr. Ameena Ali on how this church can be a part of this mission. I want you to go to your mosque and speak to the elders in the mosque. And I want you to say, can you get on board and support me, helping me to get me a leadership position in FIGHR so that I can do this? If that means that you can help me to get 5 other people so that I can do this, can you help me? I want you to go to your community centers or to your college dorms, and I want you to start an organization on your campus. You can call it a FIGHR chapter for gender and human rights or something. You know, you can ask us to help you organize that. So that'll be a FIGHR chapter in your school. And then get the voice going. We'll train you for free, as I said. You can get your voice going. So now you got 4 years in college to talk about gender and human rights. Now you become the advocate for your college. So now you have an office of gender and human rights for your college. So you started that office. So now you go down in history in your college as being the voice to start the gender and human rights program for your college. In your high school, you could do the same thing. You could start that ball rolling and have group discussions over gender and human rights and what you're going to do in your community. And then when you become that professional, now you have 4, 5, 8, 10 years of doing this work that, to your credit, that now gives you the experience. So now when you become that doctor, now you can say, I've been doing this for 10 years and no one can touch you because you've done the work, you have had the experience, and no one can touch your expertise right now. So I applaud you to start now, because the clock starts as soon as you accept the challenge. And I'm asking you to start now. So I thank you so very much for having me. Thank you for being the best part of FIGHR. And I look forward to seeing all of you very, very soon on the website, in class, and on the ground there in the African continent. Thank you so much.
That's Dr. Ameena Ali. It has been a pleasure on my part. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.